Welcome everyone to the University of Connecticut, also known as UConn. This top 25 national public university has grown from humble origins 140 years ago into an internationally renowned center of scholarship and learning. It also has a pair of basketball teams you may have heard something about. With its flagship campus located in the idyllic setting of Storrs in beautiful eastern Connecticut, UConn has something for everyone. I'm your host, Alex Boylan. This is my co-host, Jonathan the 14th, the world-famous UConn Husky. That is right. He's a pretty busy dog, so we'll see how long he can stick around for. And in the next half hour, we're gonna explore this vibrant campus, talk to some students attending UConn, and learn what makes this place so special. One word we're gonna hear a lot of is community, which UConn students find in their classes, their volunteer work, their friends, and even on the jiu-jitsu mat. Community is a powerful thing, and we're gonna learn why people come from all over the country and the world to find it right here. So get ready for a great episode. Welcome to the University of Connecticut. This is the College Tour. Okay, everyone, first we're gonna head to Fairfield Way. This is the heart of campus, where you'll find everything from the library to the student union to a farmer's market in the fall. Sean, a double major in urban and community studies and psychology, is gonna tell us about UConn's residential life and learning communities. I can't wait to hear about life on campus here. It's all yours, Sean.
Thanks, Alex. When I first came to UConn, I was a little worried. It was such a big school, and I felt overwhelmed by all the opportunities, the size of the campus, and everyone I saw walking around. I was worried that I might get swallowed up by the size of the university, and I knew I needed to have a strong base to be able to explore all the amazing opportunities a big school like UConn had to offer. I was able to find that home in my residential community on campus. Our Res Life staff puts so much effort into making sure that you connect with your roommate and floor mates to give you a solid support group here at UConn. I remember my first weekend was packed with so many different events, from scavenger hunts to concerts, that by the end of it, I felt like I'd already known my floor mates for forever. And as you continue throughout your time at UConn, you'll just grow closer with your floor mates, doing your homework together, going to events together, even joining clubs together. Some of my favorite memories have been spent sitting out hanging in the hallway with my floor mates late into the night, or spending all day long playing volleyball with them on the sand courts right outside our dorm. Past just making amazing friends though, living on campus also gives you easy access to all the great opportunities, events, and dining that UConn has. It's just a quick walk away to any of our 8 dining halls, downtown Storrs, or the student union, all which have delicious food. It seems like every day on campus there's a different event happening, whether it be our learning community field day competition, one of the many late night activities our student union plans. My favorite is the paint night. Living on campus truly allows you to get the full UConn experience. And if you're looking for an even closer sense of community that's more specialized like I was, you might want to consider joining a learning community, or LC as we call it. We have 20 different residential learning communities all across campus, which are groups of students who share a common interest and live together. Now, these interests can be major-based, like our Women in STEM learning community, which allows you to live and connect with students of similar career interests and in the same classes as you. These can also be interdisciplinary, like the one I chose to join, the Leadership Learning Community, which is more focused on a common interest. Learning communities also put on even more events, trips, and professional development activities to help you better yourself as a person and connect with other students at UConn. Some of my favorite events at UConn have been through my learning community, like our annual trip to Six Flags or our 4 Arrows Leadership Retreat. With such an amazing experience that living on campus at UConn provides, it's no wonder that we have one of the highest percentage of students living on campus out of any public university in the nation. I hope you've learned a little bit more about what it's like living on campus here at UConn, and I'll send it back to you, Alex.
Sean, that was great. When you talked about how you instantly connected with people in your residence hall, it reminded me how important the residential experience is for college students. And it sounds like the learning communities are a way to make those connections even stronger. Congrats on everything you've accomplished, and good luck in the Masters of Public Administration's program. Okay, everyone, let's head over to Mirror Lake, the spot on campus for studying, people watching, and soaking up the sun. There, we're gonna hear from Laura, who has an individualized major in organizational behavior and leadership. And she's going to tell us about life in Storrs and all the amazing opportunities available to students in the area. Laura, please take it away.
Thanks, Alex. Hey, everyone. Growing up in the Northeast, I knew that I wanted to come to a school that gave me the opportunity to experience all those seasonal changes that I loved so much while I was growing up. There's nothing like the first snowfall of every winter where our campus is blanketed white. It's really like we're living inside of a snow globe. My favorite day of the spring is the first warm day of the year. All of our students gather on the lawn behind our student union, hanging out, chatting with friends, and getting some homework done. I do have to say, my favorite season in Storrs must be the fall. Whether you want to get into the UConn spirit by going to a football or a soccer game, or if you go to a local farmer's market to pick up some fresh fruit, there are so many different things that you can do in the fall. Another one of my favorite parts about being a UConn student is the sense of community that we have here. Our main campus is located in Storrs, where you can expect to find that traditional college town feel. We also have branch campuses across Connecticut in Avery Point, Hartford, Stamford, and Waterbury. These campuses each have their own unique culture, but regardless of where you attend classes, we have a sense of Husky pride that unites us all. While our Storrs campus is located in a relatively small area of Connecticut, there's no shortage of activity, and this keeps our campus excited. I'm standing here on our Mirror Lake, which is relatively close to our downtown Storrs area. I love to head into downtown Storrs with my friends to grab some coffee and hang out. At first, UConn might seem like a big school, but it's amazing how small it begins to feel because of the sense of community that we've built here. I hope hearing my story has given you a sense of what it's like to live and learn here at UConn. Back to you, Alex.
Laura, thanks for telling us what makes this campus so special, no matter where you're from. When you say there is no better place to experience the best that all 4 seasons have to offer, I know a lot of people will agree with you. Thanks again. Now it's time to head over to the Wilbur Cross building, or just Wilbur Cross as everyone calls it here. We're excited to talk to Shane Young, a finance major who founded a business group for underrepresented students who plays on the practice squad against the best women's basketball team in the country. Shane, tell us about some of the incredible experiences you've had here.
Hey everyone! One of my favorite aspects of UConn is the breadth of opportunities available to students. As a Research One institution with over 700 student organizations, the university provides an amazing selection of opportunities to find yourself as well as your people. This breadth has challenged me to hold leadership positions in 6 of the 9 organizations that I'm actively involved in, as well as apply knowledge obtained from the classroom to real experiential learning opportunities that can have a real impact on people's lives. I've been able to merge my interest in consulting from my passion in racial equity to embark on a really unique leadership opportunity within the UConn Consulting Group. And if you can't find an organization that fits your interests, you can create your own club, which is exactly what I did last fall. I founded Business Leaders of UConn, an organization focused on supporting underrepresented students interested in business. Not only have we supported BIPOC in achieving their most ambitious professional goals, but more importantly, we've created a safe space for BIPOC to share their experiences and discuss racial equity to maintain collective consciousness of marginalized experiences. With the extensive selection of opportunities available, you'll be sure to find something that pulls you out of your comfort zone. A significant decision I had to make in high school was whether I wanted to play college basketball. It would have been a huge commitment. Instead, I found the best of both worlds, where I can stay connected to a sport that I've loved my entire life, while also having a diverse college experience. The UConn women's basketball team takes on male practice players each year. Through the practice team, I've been able to stay connected to a significant sport in my life, while also competing against and building relationships with some of the best women's basketball players in the country. I've also discovered different parts of the world and learned how my existence is shaped by history and my place in the world. My involvement has brought me to New York to give a consulting presentation to a startup company, to Detroit to learn how housing discrimination, blight, and the privatization of education is currently subjugating Black communities, and to Tampa to cheer on the women's basketball team in the NCAA Final Four. Beyond the US, one of the greatest influences in shaping my ideology has been my study abroad experience in Barcelona, where I studied photography, fashion marketing, and contemporary neocolonialism. In college, I've embarked on a journey to find myself and my identity in this world, and it would not have been possible if it weren't for the amazing extracurricular opportunities here at UConn. Thanks, Alex. Back to you.
Amazing stuff, Shane. Getting a chance to study in Barcelona sounds like a life-changing experience on top of everything else. And how cool is it to say you played basketball against players with multiple Final Four appearances to their credit? Thanks for sharing your story. Cheers, Shane. Okay, let's check out one of the most popular spots on campus, the statue of Jonathan the Husky, right in front of the famed Gamble Pavilion. Nicole, a special education major, is going to tell us about some of the incredible student groups and activities she's participated in. Nicole, what's the good word?
Thanks for the introduction, Alex. When I first started my college search, I knew I wanted to go to a big university with loads of school spirit, challenging academics, and lots of clubs and organizations to join. When I first stepped foot on UConn's campus, I knew that I found my perfect fit. Flash forward to today, I'm now a senior special education major in the NEAG School of Education. I have joined countless extracurriculars that has shaped my experience here at the university as an unforgettable one. I lived in Husky Village my sophomore year, which is on-campus housing exclusive to fraternity and sorority members. Something unique about Husky Village is we hold late nights, which is food fundraisers for our philanthropies. I also joined the women's club basketball team. UConn is home to 37 different club sports. I was a three-sport athlete in high school and knew that I wanted to get involved with athletics when I came to UConn. Considering UConn's women's basketball team is ranked number 1 in the nation right now, joining the varsity team wasn't in the playing cards. However, my time here on the club team has been nothing short of amazing. The most rewarding organization I am a part of is Husky-thon. Husky-thon is a year-long philanthropic fundraiser that raises money for Connecticut Children's Medical Center. This year, we raised over $1 million for the kids. Every spring, we celebrate our fundraising efforts with an 18-hour dance marathon with no sitting. On top of the hundreds of clubs and organizations to get involved with, there are countless traditions that are unique to UConn. My favorite tradition is One Ton Sunday, where during winter weekend, students can fill an entire bucket with as much ice cream and toppings as they want. And it is something that is so fun to do with your friends. Another really cool tradition is Ooze Ball, which is a very muddy volleyball tournament held every spring. And it is a favorite tradition that has gone back for decades. From the friends and memories that I have made through Husky-thon, Gamma Phi Beta, and club sports, I could not imagine my time here without these organizations. UConn offers the student body so much. You just have to go out and find it. That's all from me. Back to you, Alex.
Pan-Hellenic Council, club basketball, dance marathon, talk about a full slate of activities. Really impressive stuff, Nicole. And the fact that the Husky-thon has raised millions of dollars for children's healthcare is such an inspiring example of how UConn students can make a difference in the world. Thanks again for that insight. Take care, Nicole. All right, let's check out the maker space. Sydney is a biomedical engineering major who has been able to spend time in multiple labs at UConn doing research as an undergraduate, one of the many things that sets UConn apart. She's gonna tell us what it's like to have a hands-on role at a Research One university. Take it away, Sydney.
Thanks, Alex. Hi, everyone. I'm originally from Albany, New York, and I chose UConn for its sense of community, proximity to home, and how well-rounded it is. Many other schools I looked at excelled in one department, whereas UConn had great programs all around, so I had to take advantage of all these opportunities. In the past, I've served on the executive board for the undergraduate student government, as well as UConn's chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers. Additionally, I've worked as a teaching assistant, a campus tour guide, and I even sang the national anthem for basketball games, volleyball games, and many other events. One thing you'll find out about UConn is that there's opportunities for everyone here, no matter your major. I'm a biomedical engineering student, yet I work in a material science engineering lab and a civil engineering lab, which I was able to do after speaking with my professors. UConn is an R1 institution, meaning that nearly every professor here is conducting some sort of research. In order to get involved, students can simply send an email to the professors and set up a meeting to find out more. Additionally, if students have a particular project or idea in mind, they can receive funding through UConn's idea grant of up to $4,000 to begin a project of their own. My friend Wawa received this award the summer after her freshman year, which goes to show that UConn wants you to get involved as early as your first year here on campus. Students can also find out about opportunities from our Center Career Development, Research Fair, as well as our amazing research website, which details all of the programs that are currently going on. These resources all go to show that UConn wants you to excel in your classes, conduct research, and still have time to take part in extracurricular activities. Let me tell you a bit about my research. I currently work in the Castman building in the center of campus, which is our main engineering building. There, I assist Dr. Kai and graduate students to understand and analyze the properties of nanofibers within ultra-high performance concrete. My daily tasks range from mixing samples, casting samples, grinding, and polishing them. Afterwards, we conduct a series of stress and compression tests to understand the benefits of each individual mixture. The state of Connecticut is currently experiencing a concrete crisis, which is affecting the foundations of people's homes. So I'm so glad to be a part of the group working on solving this problem. When I'm not in this lab, I'm in a material science engineering lab funded by Pratt & Whitney. There, I work alongside another undergraduate student to analyze thermal barrier coatings at high temperatures. We also analyze CMAS samples through viscometers, optical pyrometry, and a gradient rig. I wish I could show you guys the inside of this lab, but it's currently top secret, so I guess that'd have to be another time. So, if you couldn't already tell, UConn really wants you to become a part of something bigger than yourself. I know that I'm beyond grateful for all the opportunities I've had to help make a difference, but also because of the connections I've made with undergraduate students and graduate students. So thanks, Alex, for letting me share my story. Back to you.
Sydney, that's fantastic. I love how, even with all the work you've done in labs on campus, you've been able to fit in all kinds of other activities, even singing the national anthem before basketball games. It goes to show how much opportunity there is at UConn, regardless of what your passion is. Thanks, Sydney. Next up is a spot on campus that's familiar to anyone who's ever filled out a March Madness bracket. Gamble Pavilion, home of the national champion men's and women's basketball teams. Adam just completed his bachelor's degree here and is working on his master's degree now. He's gonna tell us what it means to have Husky spirit. How's it going, Adam?
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to talk to you about athletics and the Husky spirit here at UConn. Cheering on the Huskies has always been near and dear to my heart growing up in Connecticut my whole life. And while you may know about the men's and women's basketball teams here on campus, there is so much more to cheer for. But first, I want to tell you why I chose UConn. First, yes, the athletics, but second, also my education. I've always been really good at math, and I always really wanted to help people. Becoming a math teacher was always a really easy decision for me, and my stance on math is that it's not something that you can or cannot do, it's something that you need to practice, and everyone can do some form of math. Choosing which teaching program was a bit of a struggle for me though, until I read about how great the NEAG School of Education was. One campus tour and a childhood of watching UConn basketball later, and I was sold. On campus, I've been the president of the UConn Future Educators, where I found a great group of people to play intramural sports with. Be it flag football, soccer, handball, volleyball, or my personal favorite, inner tube water polo. The math teacher of me can't help but spew some Husky stats. 20 Division I programs led by men's and women's basketball, which have always been the top dogs here on campus, and with good reason. 15 national championships between the two of them. They bring an excitement and buzz to campus come October when basketball season starts. And for some of the biggest games of the year, the line can go all the way down Fairfield Way. And once you're inside, you're in for 2 hours of nonstop yelling and screaming from the Husky fans. There are memorable games in Madison Square Garden and exciting tournaments in downtown Hartford. And there's more than just basketball to support here on campus. We have football down at Rentschler Field, and you can't forget about our hockey team. They have a brand new arena on campus, or you can take the ice bus to see the games in the city. And there's our baseball team getting the national recognition it deserves, with some proud alumni making it up to the big leagues. For me, all these athletic events, it's all about going with a group of friends and cheering on the Huskies. I'm a proud member of the UConn Goal Patrol, the best student section in all of college soccer. You can expect Maroney Stadium to be packed and rocking. There isn't a better place in the country than a UConn student section. Jonathan, you want to go to a game? Back to you, Alex.
Great job, Adam, and good luck with your master's program. Okay, everybody, we're gonna head over to the Benton Museum of Art, which stages multiple exhibitions every year, including student and faculty art. Brianna, a vocal performance major and first-generation college student, is gonna tell us how the arts made her feel right at home on campus. Brianna, you're on.
Thanks, Alex. So here's my story. As a first-generation student, I wasn't sure if UConn was for me. The idea of higher education intimidated me, and it was something my family just couldn't understand at the time. I was worried that if I attended UConn, I wouldn't be able to find students like myself. When I first visited campus, however, I stumbled across the Puerto Rican Latin American Cultural Center, also known as PERLAC, and the Student Support Services SSS office, two places that would eventually become my home besides the School of Fine Arts. PERLAC is what led me to live in the Latinx learning community, La Comunidad Intelectual. I was able to connect with my culture while appreciating the cultures of my peers. Student Support Services helped guide me through my first year on campus as a first-generation student. This is where I met my closest friends and established professional networks. From that day, I knew UConn was the school for me. UConn offers a wide variety of cultural and creative experiences for its students. As a student in the School of Fine Arts, I furthered my creativity and broadened my horizons. Harmony and ear training classes have allowed me to mature as a musician, and instrumental technique classes have given me exposure to every instrument under the sun. My goal is to become a music educator, and I'm so grateful that my journey as a future teacher began in the School of Fine Arts. Through UConn choirs, I've sung with local groups and choirs all over the world. Last semester, we collaborated with the UniZulu Choir in South Africa and learned indigenous, choral, and South African dance. If you love the arts, there's something for you on campus. UConn is home to 10 a cappella groups, over 15 dance groups, and a plethora of annual performances. Our Jorgensen Center for the Performing Arts and Connecticut Repertory Theater host many of these performances. From the a cappella Rush concert to plays and musicals, a mixture of students, Broadway stars, and celebrities have graced our stages. Students also have free access to the William Benton Museum of Art and the Ballard Institute and Museum of Puppetry. During my free time, I like to attend performances with my friends and browse the galleries on campus. Attending UConn has provided me with academic and creative opportunities. Not only have I been able to explore my passion for music, but I've also taken advantage of the many co-curricular opportunities UConn has to offer. With support from the Women's, Gender, and Sexuality Studies Department, I'm creating a documentary about housing insecurity and homelessness in college, two issues I'm passionate about besides music. Exploring socioeconomic status is important to me, and in the future, I hope to combine my passion for activism and art as I venture into the field of education. Back over to you, Alex.
Thank you so much, Brianna. The way you establish yourself with the arts community and with the Puerto Rican and Latin American Cultural Center really shows the diversity of opportunities and pursuits at UConn. Getting to sing all over the world with UConn choirs sounds like a dream come true. Great job, Brianna. Now, let's go over to the brand new Student Recreation Center and meet up with Grace. She's been involved in undergraduate student government and writes for the Undergraduate Political Review. And she's gonna tell us how a passion for fitness helped define her experience at UConn. Grace, how's it going?
Thank you, Alex. I came to UConn because I believe in the power of public education, and I wanted to experience a diverse campus environment. As a political science major, I am driven by the desire to make change in the world through representation and advocacy. Through my studies, I learned that the barriers ahead of us can only be broken if we work together. This idea of unity comes in many forms at UConn. In my time here, I've been involved in many clubs and organizations, all centered around a common cause or interest. I've served in the undergraduate student government, enrolled in an accelerated master's program for public administration, and I also write for the Undergraduate Political Review. I believe that you can't have a healthy mind without a healthy body. In addition to my major-related extracurriculars, I also joined the UConn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Club and UConn Barbell, a club dedicated to the sport of powerlifting. Trust me, I'm not the only one on campus who loves to get fit. With over 35 club sports teams and numerous intramural sports leagues, so many Huskies like to stay healthy. Personally, when I feel like pumping iron, I like to hit the campus gym, which is also where I work. To myself and many others, UConn recreation is like a second home. Being active is such a huge part of campus culture. You can tell just by how so many students enter the Student Recreation Center, forming a line even before we open. UConn Recreation has something for everyone. Group fitness classes, a climbing center, and my personal favorite, the squat rack area. We also have 2 pools, an indoor track, and our own spin studio. After every workout, I need to refill my body, so I like to hit up Mango for a smoothie. My go-to order is a chocolate peanut butter protein smoothie with extra protein, of course. In addition to our clubs, sports teams, and the gym, students find so many other ways to practice wellness on campus. During the warm weather, sunrise yoga on Horse Barn Hill is an absolute must. The Student Health and Wellness Department also hosts many events that encourage students to practice mental well-being on campus, such as Meditation Mondays. And during final season, therapy dogs are brought into the library to give our hardworking students a much-needed break. Here at UConn, there are so many ways to become a healthy Husky. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Grace. All of that sounds so amazing. I love the idea of doing sunrise yoga on Horse Barn Hill, but I'll probably leave the jiu-jitsu to you. Grace, you really showed how the pursuit of excellence at UConn isn't limited to the classroom or lab, but takes in the entire student experience. Thanks again for that. Okay, who's feeling a little hungry? Let's go over to the Whitney Dining Hall and talk to Riley. He's a double major in biomedical engineering and Spanish who's gonna tell us about the most important time of the day, mealtime. Riley, what's on the menu?
Hello, everyone. Leaving home for college is a really exciting experience. There are so many changes in your academic and social life, and let's be honest, being away from home has a lot of wonderful advantages. But the one thing people don't talk about a lot is often what they really miss the most: food. Those meals, snacks, takeout places from back home that you grew up on. That being said, food is a huge factor for life at school, and here at UConn, we have some amazing dining opportunities that do an excellent job at filling in for all that food from home. The first thing you'll notice when you come to UConn is how many dining options you have. With any of our 3 different meal plans, you can eat as many times a day at our 8 different dining halls. So in other words, you'll never go hungry at UConn. You can wake up in the morning and grab breakfast from our South Dining Hall. During the day, you can stop by any of our several different cafes or Student Union Marketplace for a quick lunch or a coffee. And for dinner, you might meet up with some of your friends at Northwest Dining Hall, which, along with 2 other locations, has extended hours for any of those late night cravings you may have. No matter where you end up eating at UConn, there's always going to be kosher and halal options nearby, as well as a range of vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free meal options. So no matter your preferences, there's always something for you. UConn Dining Services is consistently recognized for a wide range of awards. For example, we regularly rank amongst the top 3 universities with the best vegan recipe, and have also nationally ranked in the top 10 most accommodating gluten-free universities. We pride ourselves on the fact that Boston Children's Medical Center created their menu based off of our own gluten-free program. Additionally, as a campus, we're always trying to reduce our environmental impact, and our dining services is at the forefront of that movement. UConn Dining serves fresh, locally sourced produce, honey jarred right here on campus, and even has their own robust composting program, all of which aim to reduce campus waste and emissions. We are also fortunate enough to have many off-campus dining options as well, several of which are within walking distance, or you can venture to those restaurants throughout the surrounding towns. My favorite off-campus spot and one of the most popular among students is downtown Storrs, which has everything from a cafe to pizza to even some late-night cookies. Speaking of sweetness, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of UConn's biggest attractions, our world-famous dairy bar. Opened in 1953, the dairy bar serves ice cream made from the milk of the cows that graze right next door on Horse Barn Hill. My favorite flavor has to be black raspberry, but don't just take my word for it, come and try it yourself. No matter your needs or preferences, UConn Dining Services is going to work extremely hard to make sure that all of their students' desires are satisfied. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go grab some of that black raspberry ice cream. Back to you, Alex.
Riley, that all sounds delicious, and it's great that UConn is nationally recognized for its vegan and gluten-free options. It's so crucial to have robust, real food options for everyone. And I'll definitely take your recommendation and swing by the dairy bar before I leave campus, for research purposes, of course. Thanks for filling us in, Riley. Okay, everyone, let's head over to one of UConn's greenhouses. We're gonna talk with Maura, who's getting her bachelor's in environmental science with a concentration on sustainable community food systems. Maura's not only studying these subjects, she's experiencing them by living on a working, student-run farm. Pretty cool. Maura, please take it away.
Hi, everyone. Like most 18-year-olds starting the college search, there were so many things that factored into my decision. As a budding environmental science student, I wanted a school that would help me learn how to live a sustainable life. That's why I was so excited to learn about UConn's commitment to limiting their impact on the environment. I got involved in sustainability at UConn on day one as a member of the Eco House learning community. Being surrounded by other students who were motivated to learn about the environment and live sustainably was an amazing experience. That's where I learned about so many of UConn's environmentally focused clubs, like Eco Husky, where we would volunteer at green game days, picking up trash after the games, and informing people how to dispose of waste properly as trash, recyclables, or compost. Or the Soil and Water Conservation Society, where we helped maintain the green infrastructure on campus, like the green roofs, the bioretention areas, and the rain gardens. We also got a look inside the many ways campus is becoming greener, like the student-led Office of Sustainability, which helps keep UConn in the top 10 of the Sierra Club's Cool School rankings, or the food waste disposal strategy, which uses quantum biopower to turn excess food into energy. In the fall of 2019, we also participated in a global climate strike as part of the Fridays for Future campaign. To show how seriously students take the climate crisis, we striked classes and instead spent the day educating each other on climate change. We marched to the president's office to read him our demands on how UConn could improve. And as a response, a student-led working group was formed to address the issues and let students' voices be heard. Freshman year, I also learned about UConn's Spring Valley Student Farm, where I've lived for the past year. SVSF is a 3/4-acre sustainable farm located 4 miles off campus that uses organic and low-till practices to grow fresh, pesticide-free produce for the dining halls. We're dedicated to sustainability and food justice with the main goal of educating the community. UConn students can volunteer with us at Farm Fridays to learn about sustainable agriculture and how to grow food. At SVSF, we grow all kinds of vegetables. We have several beehives which help pollinate the vegetables, and we plant pollinator-friendly plants and flowers, making us a nationally recognized bee campus. We're also in the process of installing several solar panels, which will help power the greenhouses and the home that we share. By immersing myself in sustainability at UConn, I'm able to get a unique, hands-on experience in topics I otherwise wouldn't have discovered. Working so closely with food helped me realize a new passion for making food production more sustainable. I am confident that the knowledge I've gained here will serve me well at UConn and beyond. That's all from me. Alex, back to you.
Thanks, Bora. It's fitting that a land-grant school with a long history of agriculture education is still making new discoveries and blazing new trails in that field. It sounds like UConn's giving you the tools you need to go out and make the world a better place, Bora. Thanks for sharing your experiences with us. Take care. Okay, everybody, how amazing is the University of Connecticut? I want to thank all the incredibly talented and accomplished students for taking the time today to show us all around and tell us what makes UConn so special. This really is a remarkable university in a truly beautiful part of the world. But don't just take my word for it. Come check out UConn for yourself and learn why this year saw the largest number of admissions applications in university history. And hopefully, we'll see you on campus real soon. And go Huskies. How you doing, buddy? Yeah? Pretty good episode.